Hey guys, I am here to talk to you about our social studies / writing lesson for today. This is what we're going to be reading through for this unit. We're going to be talking about Native American cultures. So I want you to look at the image here. You can kind of see this is what they would call a dream catcher. It looks like some harvesting of corn, maybe some seeds, a pumpkin. Looks like they are riding a horse. You can see some teepees in the back. Super beautiful. So we're going to learn all about the Native American culture. So today we're going to read 2 pages. We're going to be looking at the vocabulary words, and then I'll have a Google form for you to complete. If you cannot log into the Google form, if you have an error message, I'm going to be putting the questions on the instructions in the assignment. So you can just use those. If you can get on the Google form, thank you. I love it. Don't forget your name. Okay, so let's get started. Let's read. Let's look at these words first. I'm going to zoom in here. Not zoom in, but get closer. We want to know what Ice Age means, and that's a period of time when ice covers a large part of the earth. Glaciers, they are huge sheets of ice and snow, right? And then we have the Bering Strait. This is a narrow, this right here, this is a narrow sea passage between Russia, Asia, and Alaska in North America. I think that's super cool. We're going to read about that. And then the land bridge. The land bridge is a connection between 2 land masses and that allows humans and animals to settle in new areas. Okay, let's look at the vocab from this page. So this is archaeologist. Many of you may know what that is. Some of you may want to be that when you grow up. It's scientists who study ancient people and their cultures by looking at what they left behind. Ancestors are someone from your family or culture who lived before you. And then migrate is moving from one place to another when the seasons change. So if you need to pause or take a screenshot or take some notes of these vocabulary words, we're going to be reading them, and I want you to understand what they are and what they mean. Okay, that's the best way that you can understand what you're listening and reading as a reader. Okay, so today our heading is, where did Native Americans come from? So Native Americans, we can infer just from the front cover that these are who they are. We want to know, where did they come from? How did they arrive? And let's learn. The Ice Age began 80,000 years ago and ended 12,000 years ago. Glaciers, remember, it's the huge sheet of ice and snow, they are up to 2 miles thick and they covered the earth. With so much water trapped in ice, the level of the oceans, they dropped. And land that was usually under the water was above the surface. One important sea passage that dried up was the Bering Strait. This created a temporary land bridge that was 1,242 miles wide. Wow. So I'm going to zoom in on this map right here. Can you guys see where the Bering Strait is? You see that black arrow? And so that caused a pathway. So now look at the surrounding areas of the map. You have Russia, Alaska, the Bering Sea, and now animals and humans are able to walk and use that passage to be able to go from one side to the other. It's very, very cool. And all right, so let's keep reading. So around 10,000 years ago, huge ice animals like the woolly mammoth began to die and many plants changed. This was probably due to the climate change at the end of the Ice Age. So I know there's that movie Ice Age. Well, Ice Age was a real thing. It really happened. So that's what they're talking about here. It says most scientists think that hunters from Asia crossed this land bridge into North America. So let's go back to the map real quick. So here is the Bering Sea, Russia, Alaska. So they're coming in from Asia and they're crossing into North America. Archaeologists, remember that means scientists who study ancient people and cultures, they found spearheads that were over 13,000 years old. Oh my goodness. The hunters were probably following herds of animals like the woolly mammoth and musk ox and used the spearheads to kill them. These people were the ancestors, remember ancestor is someone from your family, of Native Americans. Over hundreds of years, they moved south from Alaska, spreading across the Americas. So back here on the map, they kind of started here in Alaska when they came, and they kind of just spread out all throughout North America, which is the continent we live on. There are some scientists who believe that ancestors of the Native Americans sailed across the Pacific Ocean on boats from Asia and Polynesia. They may have sailed from island to island until they reached North and South America. Maybe you will be the archaeologist who discovers an ancient boat that proves that this happened. Whoa. Any of you guys out there want to be an archaeologist? I'm curious. Let me know. So this says then and now. So it says then. Land animals, including the musk ox and the woolly mammoth, journeyed across the Bering Land Bridge. Whoa. Now, over 170 species of birds from 6 continents, migrate to the Bering Land Bridge National Preserve. Did you guys see that? 170 species of birds. Whoa. And then I like this, they put these just for laughs in here. It says, why did the woolly mammoth cross the Bering Strait? Because there were no chickens yet. That's funny. Okay, so I want you using today's readings to help answer our Google questions. I'm going to be asking you things like, maybe you can do a search for some of those species of birds, and you can tell me at least 5 species of birds that migrate using that same passage. And you can just come back and pause if you need. I'm going to just kind of show this here for a moment. So if you need a pause to kind of get an overview of the whole piece that we read today. All right, you guys. So we're going to stop there for our social studies lesson today. I'm excited to see what you guys respond with. I hope you're having the best day ever. Happy Friday. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys.